Hey y'all. So it is like 7:45 in the morning. Just got home from work. I very rarely ever get to go straight to bed anyway. So I thought this would be a good time to do y'all solar eclipse, new moon, and Gemini reading. As some of y'all may or may not know, this is a brand new cycle across the board for everyone, for everything. I do feel like in a lot of ways this is somewhat of a selfish cycle. The cycle that you clear up and finally really truly face yourself, your shadow self, your light self, all your different light bodies, mental, physical, spiritual. I don't know if y'all can hear the song in the background, Confidently Lost. It's about that time. That time where I don't need anyone or anything to find me. It doesn't define me. I know who and what I am, and if I don't, I can recreate it within the authenticity that I find in my everyday mundane world, and or just create. It's just straight creative energy. There's a need to be open-minded about everything, and there's a big paradigm and or perspective shift that needs to happen, or maybe it has already happened, where you can see things, people, situations from a whole nother light. And if not, your ego still might be, in a way, your ego in a very counterproductive way, you know what I mean? As much as this is a kind of selfish cycle where you're finally again meeting yourself, doing things differently, having a perspective shift, there also needs to be room for others. So there is me and there is others. How do I balance my boundaries and my needing my alone time? How do I let people in without betraying myself? It's like the givers of the world are finally learning boundaries and how to pull back, and the takers of the world are getting their karma and or learning their lesson with how much they need to also balance their masculine versus their feminine energy. And everything, there must be balance. Balance as shown by the Justice card. As we know, that Justice card represents Libra. Libra is balance. Libra is actually karma. So when you guys are thinking of justice, it's not justice in the sense of, yes, I am right or wrong. It is literally energetic, spiritual justice. Were you wronged in any way? Karma. Okay? So that is definitely, and karma is good or bad. So that is definitely something to kind of, be aware of, but not afraid of. Because either way, everything right now is being brought into balance. Whether you're ready for it or not, whether you saw it coming or not, this is definitely a cycle where you truly meet all facets and all parts of yourself, and you really have to deal with some real shit. A lot of things and people are breaking away from you, albeit temporary or permanent. We don't know. You just have to allow things to play out. Anything that you're seeing in people's behavior, you're seeing exactly what it is. Because I don't know if y'all saw the other reading. I put it like a random reading, something about being destroyed or falling back or whatever. Neptune came up. Neptune removes the illusions. Okay, it like I like to say, it kicks the rose-colored glasses off, so you can see who and what people are for exactly who and what they are. It would behoove you to not try and sit there and say, oh, it's a retrograde, so they probably meant, and maybe they, no, okay? If you are able to see a cycle within someone, that is who they are. Maybe they were different for you, with you, around you at that time, but who is to say that they weren't wearing a mask then, because they knew what it took to have to be around you and to be able to partake in your energy, whatever that came with. You know what I mean? If you, I don't know, take for example, you meet somebody, you meet them in one energy, one frequency, y'all frequencies match, y'all date, it all falls apart. You start seeing who they are, and then they try to get back on that frequency, or they try to act like they back on that. People ain't who they supposed to be. Okay, done. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. They're either A, trying to save face, B, putting their mask back on, because now they're choosing not to evolve, because it is a choice. You don't have to do a damn thing. Or C, they're putting their bait out to get another you, hopefully. As we all know, there is no other you. But again, you have to be okay with saying you are choosing not to evolve. You are choosing to do whatever your soul is telling you to do or not. And that's a-okay. It's not my problem. It's not on me. You do not have, this is really for my feminine energy that love to give. You do not have any responsibility to another grown-ass person in the sense of leading them to the water or trying to make them drink it. It was never your responsibility. I understand that you want everybody to come. You want everybody to see, understand, and realize their highest good, their highest potential, and all of these things in between. But baby, that's not on you. That's not on you at all. Why you ever took on that responsibility, only God knows. Maybe you were trying to lead. Maybe you were trying to help. But the minute it becomes to the detriment of you, you need to stop. Same thing with my masculines. Now, sadly, with this last karmic cycle, y'all were takers, very selfish, nasty takers. And when I say nasty in the sense of the energy, it was just a dog-eat-dog world, but y'all were the only ones in the world. So who and what were you really taking from? Your feminine. Your feminine self, your feminine counterpart, the feminine beside you, whatever it may be. Energies are fluid. If you were a workaholic, you were taking time away from your friends, family, and activities you really wanted to do. It works the same way because masculine energy is do, feminine energy is nurture, feel. It all works the same. It doesn't have to even be two people. It could be within you. How have you been cheating and or treating yourself? Let's see what comes out for this new cycle that we need to be focused on. What are we looking forward to? What is next? Solar eclipse, new moon in Gemini. What are we doing here? What are we realizing? What are we doing? Oh. Okay. Yep. There it is. Good old King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands. That responsible, fiery energy that will push forward at any cost. Doesn't matter. Good, bad, or indifferent. Again, a little peek into that quote-unquote selfish energy. And then you're starting to realize and understand and see that a lot of the things that were not successful around you, a lot of things that you were not able to manifest is because of this type of energy, this angry energy, this pushing, this I don't care who I step on, how it's going to go. Beware of that because, of course, it's a brand new cycle. The cycle just started yesterday. You understand? The cycle just started yesterday. You're not going to have it all together. You're not going to be able to recognize the patterns. But what and who we are all trying to evolve into is the King of Cups, that person that is family oriented. Even if they're not family oriented, they're responsible, they're emotionally intelligent, they are in tune, they are evolved, they have something to offer, they have done their shadow work, they know their shortcomings, they know their boundaries. They are 100% in tune with the masculine and feminine within them to know and say, that's not for me, or you know what, maybe I can have a perspective and or a paradigm shift to look at an old situation a different way. Maybe give even myself a little grace where that is concerned and not just the other person. There's a lot of undoing, unlearning to try again. But not doing it within a defensive energy. And when I say within a defensive energy, and always feeling as if you have to be ready for someone to take advantage of you. Because again, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. When you are 100% operating in who you are, how you are okay with being wide open, with being vulnerable, because you know in the end, if this person does not take or understand my vulnerability, I think I just posted this, does not make it any less valuable. It doesn't make it invaluable. It does not cancel out the good intentions or anything behind it. That person either A, don't want it, B, probably don't deserve it, or C, can't handle it and don't know what to do with it. And they are too on their own journey. And that is A-okay. That is A-okay. We're done with current energies. Current energies under this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. You gotta remember that Gemini is all about communication. They have nothing to do with feeling their emotions. They think them shits. Weirdest thing ever. I don't know. But for being such a cerebral sign, and they, just like Virgo, are ruled by Mercury, things have to first make sense. Everything has to be logical. Sadly, they're very, what can I get out of it? And in this energy, it's definitely, what can I get? I'm letting you into my life. You're probably going to wreak some kind of havoc. Okay? Probably going to get on my nerves or something from time to time. What am I getting out of this? And if you really cannot be honest with what you're getting out of it and it being worthwhile to you, then it's a no. All right, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Why do we have our Queen of Pentacles in reverse in the current energy? Queen of Pentacles is someone who is usually upright, confident, stable, has it all together, not a hair out of place, knows and understands that, you know what, I know my worth. I understand what it is I am bringing to the table. Shit, I am the table in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And knowing that she is 100% abundant. I feel like through this last cycle, being that it was really a hard cycle, a lot of us have lost our confidence in ourselves. Queen of Pentacles, which represents Virgo energy. Maybe you feel topsy-turvy. Maybe you feel kind of out of sorts, and or you're just wanting new. You want to be grounded and rooted in something else, something new. You want, yeah, it's like you just want to be excited again. Whether this is in life, love, family, work, you just want something new to look forward to, a new adventure. You're like, yes, I love my throne, but it's stationary. I know where it's at. Furthermore, I am the Queen of Pentacles. My throne comes with me anywhere I go. You know who I am by my energy, not just by the things and people that you see around me. You know me by my energy, not just my aesthetic. Give me one more for this current energy under this new cycle. Yeah, you're stopping the overthinking. You're coming out of your head. You're no longer worried about who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's just like, let me just flow. Because at the end of the day, I know exactly what I want, where I'm going. It really doesn't matter how it comes to me. But I honestly really feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, she is less rigid right now. She truly is flowing. She is saying, yes, I know I want A through Z, but I no longer want to have the need to control what it looks like. I don't want to be rigid anymore. I'm tired of being caught up in my head because I'm losing a lot of time, valuable time, overthinking people, things, and situations who, again, I keep getting not worth it. So there is still something that we all need to let go. Whether it's a past situation, a past person, a past place, a past job, a past anything. Because at the end of the day, your 10 of Pentacles will always find you. Whether, you know, whatever having it all is for you, the family, the house, the car, the dog, the generational wealth, whatever that having it all is for you, you, of course, will have it. Why wouldn't you? Yep. Because there is always something to celebrate. There is always another level of ascension. As long as you are willing to take that journey, as long as you know and feel that, you know, you are worth ascending. You know, I don't know what's on the other side. But all I know is I don't want to stay here. I can't stay here anymore. I outgrew this. This is done. Okay? This is it. This is done. And I feel like there are a lot of people that are attached to every one of you that you had to leave behind, in a sense. Again, whether it is permanent and or temporary, you had to leave it back. But why do you not believe that this can come to you? I feel as if you kind of talk yourself out of it just so you won't hurt your own feelings. There's no way in hell. Yeah. Oh, it's not going to come to me. It's not in my future. It's not going to happen. Why is your self-love, self-worth, self-value dictated on what you can and cannot manifest? Why do you not believe and know and understand that you very much are a master manifester? Why not? You've manifested everything else that you have into your reality, good, bad, and indifferent. Why do you not feel that within this new cycle of new beginnings, the ending of a tough cycle, knowing and understanding that I had to go through what I went through for A, B, C, D? Or have y'all not stopped to take a breath to see what the lessons were as to why your faith has not been restored and what it is you can and cannot do? So while you're not too sure about what the future holds for you, I'm glad that you're not looking at everyone and everything as a missed opportunity. You are no longer closed off and rigid with your energy. You are more open. You want to be inspired again, whether it's inspired to do another business, to love again, to try again, to travel, to move, to take risks. You are tired of going back and forth in your mind, back and forth. What should I do? How should I do? You're just like, yo, whatever happens, happens. Que sera, sera. And really and truly right now within this cycle, that's all you can really ask for, because I think we're starting to understand that we are 100% not in control at all. At all. We have influence, but control, I don't think so. And I think that is where this, you know what, I am tired, I am exhausted, is really and truly coming from. Knowing, understanding I don't have control. I only have influence. I can only do so much. If it is not flowing with me, it is not for me. Again, whether it is permanent or not. I don't know why I feel so much anxiety around always having to say whether it's permanent or not. I think y'all are, afraid to leave certain things and people behind. Because again, while you know that divine timing is at play, no matter what in your life, and it's always going to turn in your favor, you do not believe what you present. So if you present this really confident, I'm that bitch, I kind of person, you don't 100% believe that. You just present it because you think, again, this is what people expect of me. This is how people view me. I'm going to fake it till I make it. Again, people aren't who they supposed to be. And I don't know why y'all do the most for this little blue app. Because this ain't it. There's a whole world out here. It's like people are going to meet you in real life. What you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Text them what you want to say? By sitting across in their face? You have to be able to stand up to your worst fears. And I feel that coming into the cycle, that's what that was really about. Can you face yourself? Can you face your fears? Your fear of being alone, your fear of abandonment, your fear of not being good enough, not being seen as enough, not having the right people around you. I feel everyone's coming into their soul tribe. The people that they're supposed to be around. Well, the ones that are open to evolution, because that's not everybody. And it will never be everybody at the same time. I feel as if everyone wants to try to live in their authenticity. But then it's like when it's time to perform, it's like, ooh, cold feet. Some will make it, some won't. And for those who don't, good luck. Because that's a whole nother cycle that, you all will have to go through. And cycles usually last a year at a time. And sadly, it may be another cycle of being disappointed, being guarded, being on the same shit while there are other people who are ascending. Empress status. Empress is all of the queens. She knows who and how she is. She knows how to embody what it is she wants, needs. She knows she's a master manifester. And she knows that her happiness, her contentment, everything comes from within. One day she could be the Queen of Wands and be charging full steam ahead for whatever it is she's trying to manifest and or bring into her reality. And the next day she could be the Queen of Swords, who will cut you up and cut you off in 2.5 seconds, all the while cussing out your mama for the BS person that you may have been, that they just let out into society just because. But then she could turn around and be the Queen of Pentacles, someone who is grounded, nurturing, understanding, level-headed and logical, takes calculated risk. And lastly, she could be the Queen of Cups, who will love you from the crown of your head to the bottom of your feet and give you everything that she knows you need and then some. Again, and that is still living within her authenticity, because she understands that she is every woman. Switching and going in between and finagling different parts of yourself is not inauthentic, but just ensure it is you that you are presenting, giving, showing up with and or for. Not just the approval of those around you, and not just the approval of those who follow you. Who are you when all of this turns off? Who are you at home? Who are you alone? Who are you? Who are you? Because I really feel like a lot of y'all just popular so nobody don't say shit to y'all. But y'all are not living right. And then y'all, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Then y'all expect to win and have things handed to you and still be somewhat manipulative to get what it is you want. And that's not manifesting, that's manipulation. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're looking for your true happiness. So when do you take the mask off to say, you know what? Certain things need to change. Certain things need to change, and I want to change it. And I want to change it. And I want to see what is on the other side of that for me as I am making those authentic changes. So I can see what it is I want to see, when I need to see it, so on and so forth. When does that shift happen, or does it ever? At some point, you have to grow, you have to evolve. When is it going to be? Give me one card of advice under this Solar eclipse, new moon in Gemini. Sorry, y'all. It's like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, I just got off work. I am so sleepy. No, now I'm sleeping. Maybe one card of advice. If nothing comes out with this next shuffle, I'm just pull it off the top. Okay. Oh, you need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Same thing that we were talking about at the top of the reading. There are still things, people, places, situations, things that have happened to you, things that you have done that you probably need to let go of the guilt for. Nothing is out of divine order. Everything happens as it should, when it should, how it should, where it should, to whom it should. Because what you probably did that you're feeling bad and or guilty about, you may have blessed that person and or blessed yourself to go through this Tower moment, to evolve, even if it's in the smallest of ways. There are things and times and people and places that you just cannot fake anymore. You can't hide anymore. Stop trying to outrun yourself. You're not running from people, you're running from yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to keep running from yourself, your circle is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and more and more and more insignificant. Because, again, you are showing your slip. You're not tired? You got to be tired. You somebody new every fucking day. Each and every post, you somebody new. You so self-aware on Facebook. But, Lord, let me have a conversation with you. And in real life, it's just like, girl, what? What you mean you don't know what a chakra is? Didn't you just post it? What you mean you don't know what a transit is? What you mean you don't know the rest of your chart? You posting all this shit. You over here trying to hold conversation in my DMs. When are you going to be who you post to be? When are you going to be authentically you? Take off the mask before somebody else has to come along and kick it off again. Put it down. It never served you. It never served you. Never. But nobody else had the heart to tell you. So here it is. It never worked, boo. Let it go. You may have gotten 1 or 2 people, but how long did it last? And right now, what this spread is telling me is that you are ready for the long lasting. You want the forever. You want the soul tribe. You want the contentment. You want to know that you are secure. So when are you going to be yourself? Because you can't be secure in somebody that's already taken. Cry it out. Get it over with. I know it might be scary. It might feel funny to be yourself. It might feel crazy. But your soul will thank you. Because your soul been busting out here, there, and everywhere. And you over here trying to contain it and hold it in. For what? That's like holding your pee, girl. Go pee. Go pee. Okay? You about to have a bladder infection for what? A UTI for what? You about to pee yourself for what? You ain't got no change of clothes. Why bother? Why do it? Be yourself. Apologize to yourself for being inauthentic, and then create what your authenticity is, or what that means to you. How does that align with you in every part and or facet of you? You can't keep running, my love. Alrighty, y'all. So that is what's going on with this new cycle. I'll probably have another video coming y'all way with the week ahead. I don't know when yet, but it's coming. Please be patient with me. I got a lot going on. A lot of changes for me too. A lot of transits. We are all going through it together. Y'all already know. Anything I post on here is for the collective. This is not my personal page. Please do not take anything personally. And if you do, that means you need to go heal, because that's a trigger. Fix it. I ain't got shit to do with me. So I will holler at y'all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We will be in contact. Deuces.